even though we've got Lustig out. But yeah, no, it's good to see those guys coming on. I think my positives would be that we gave guys a run out. It doesn't matter that they didn't play particularly well, but I think every time that we play a Wakaso, every time we play a Tonev, we get more of an idea of what we have with them. So we can give a proper analysis of, like, do we want to keep these guys or not? I think the answer at the moment, and looking at both of them, is, right, we've gave them a run out at European level, and that's the level that we want to... If we're going to invest the amount of money that we'd invest in wages and transfers to bring in Wakaso and bring in Tonev, we'd want those guys to be the guys that play in Europe. I don't think they're probably the guys that are going to, like, take us to the next level in Europe. Therefore, I think we can make our decision that we don't keep them. Another one was Chris Commons. Chris is probably going to leave us in January, and see, to be honest with you, the way he's playing, and he's a great player and a great servant to the club, but I just don't think he fits into our team. So I think we can make a decision where we probably don't invest in Commons either.
Yeah, maybe not.
So yeah, I think with a new manager, every game's the old cliche of, like, learning a little bit more every time you go out, etc. But, like, European games away from home really show up. I mean, they're probably the toughest games you'll play, going away to Croatia or going away to Salzburg or whatever. So we've learnt a little bit more, and the truth is that I think the glaringly obviously holes of centre midfield and on the left hand side are not going to be filled by the likes of Wakaso and Commons at the moment. So there we go. But
so you saying that you'd let Stokes stay there?
I would let Stokes. I think that one of the great positives of the last little while has been Stokes playing infinitely better. I think that he's really matured. I've said that in the show, I think, last time we were in. No, I'm liking him, so I'll talk a little bit more about Stokes later on. But, I mean, have we got anything else to say about the Croatia game, the Zagreb game?
No, not really. That was basically it. I mean, I think I called it correctly last time we chatted that we were going to go in, play kids, and then move on. I even tweeted out beforehand, listen, if we get a point, great. If we get 3 points, great. But no red cards, no injuries, and just get me to February.
I wonder when the last time we scored 3 goals and lost was. It must be a while, right?
Question.
But I tell you what, I think I think the boys that went across, the fans, definitely had some fun. Did you hear them singing the Band-Aid song? They sang it for like 20 minutes solid.
Yeah. Last Christmas?
Oh, sorry, Last Christmas, that's what it was.
Last Christmas.
Did they change the words to it? Or I didn't hear exactly what they were singing there? Or was it just...
It's hard to tell on TV, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
But yeah, question of the day for you. Are we done? Are we done with Zagreb? Are we done with...
Yeah, done with... I mean, we've hit St. Mirren. Yeah, the only thing about St. Mirren is I hope Guidetti's okay.
Yeah, that was... it was strange because I thought that he looked like he was trying to force a goal, and I really wanted him to get a goal before the end of the game because I think he's a guy who... He plays on confidence. He plays better when he's confident in scoring goals, which is obviously a stupid thing to say because all strikers are like that. But I didn't want his head to drop if he didn't get a goal because he's trying so hard. And he came very close. You could tell he was frustrated. He was kicking the post at one stage because he couldn't get it in. And then he gets injured and gets taken off. Hopefully he's okay for the injury, and because I don't want him to take any time off right now. I want him to go straight back in again because I want him to get that goal. So it's not playing in his head, if you know what I mean, psychologically.
Yeah. How much of him coming off was 3-1? It isn't going to make a difference versus he's actually hurt.
We've got a £2.2 million striker on the bench. If we can't bring him off and bring Skipovic or Shipovic, we've got 3 different pronunciations now depending on what commentator you listen to. Like, if we can't bring him on at 3-1 up and expect a game out of him, then it's curtains for him. So I don't know. He missed a couple of sitters today, but.
Listen, he did that to me. I had Celtic -2, and he did that to me in the game against Astra. And if I never mind, I already talked about this. I wanted to shoot him then, but I get it.
Okay, but question of the day, right? We had Nakamura obviously doing the halftime show today. First obvious statement about it is, right, Tom Boyd comes out and gives him a gift. Did you see what gift they gave him?
No, I missed it. What was it?
They gave him a replica shirt with his name on the back of it. Not framed, just here's a replica shirt from the mega store.
What?
I bet he was like, oh yes, I've not got any of these. A Celtic shirt with my name on it. That's brilliant. Utter shit. What? It just made us look like fucking such a joke of a team. Given a guy
Why,
comes across,
why
and
was he there? I still haven't heard why he's actually in Glasgow. They brought him back just to give him his replica.
he might have just got in touch with the club and said, "I'm coming back to Glasgow for a visit. Can I come to the game?" And they were like, "Cool, we'll have you down. That'd be great to get you out in the field." I know that there was, I think last season Donati came back just to visit friends and stuff. If you live in an area for about 3 years, you might have mates you want to go and see and stuff. It was just such a shit gift. Could they not frame a shirt and get all the current squad to sign it, or something sentimental, or like give him like a portrait or a picture or photography of him scoring an awesome goal? When you think,
Because he doesn't have any of those either.
I know, but just like something that doesn't make us look like a crap. It looked like a
shirt. Well, what did he say? Like,
well,
hi, this is a shirt. This isn't even the one you wore because you have that one.
I know
and it's not even the year that you played. So
it was
this year.
It was this year's Celtic shirt, and they gave him with his name in the back. It looked so shit. It was just such, and like Tom Boyd ran out.
Was it spelled right?
Probably not. Like it looked like they told. When like you go to a Christmas party and you forget to buy, like you buy everyone a present, but then someone there who you didn't know was going to be there, and you give everyone like nice presents, like, oh, here's like a bottle of wine, here's a bottle of whiskey, and then there's one guy and you're like, oh, here's a pen, it's in my pocket, I forgot to wrap it.
Well, you know what though, I know you don't like to compare, but at least Celtic would have a Christmas party.
What do you mean? Oh.
I know you don't want to compare Celtic to Rangers, but I mean, at least Celtic would have a Christmas party. At least Celtic could afford to give the guy a shirt. Rangers would have to get some type of purchase order to get it from Direct, from Sports Direct to be able to bring it to Ibrox so they could print a name on it. But at least Celtic had one of their own.
Anyway, we'll talk about Sevco in a wee bit. But my question of the day regards Nakamura was right. Nakamura obviously played in the Strachan team. We were playing 4-4-2. You had Nakamura on one side, Maloney on the other, or McGeady on the other. In fact, he would fit so much better in today's team, like being able to go forward. See that kind of 4-2-3-1 thing we play, or 4-3-3, where he play outside left with less defensive responsibility. How much better would he fit in this team than Strachan's team? I think he'd be even better playing in this team.
Yeah.
But another player of that mould is Sean Maloney. Because I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if we could sign Nakamura? We can't sign Nakamura because obviously he's retired and he's a bit old. Sean Maloney is out of contract at the end of the season. We've spoken about him in the past. It's like, hit or miss, would you sign him?
Would I sign him? You mentioned this last time we talked.
We did.
And we mentioned this for just a short, brief period last time we chatted. And if you remember, you had said, oh, this would be the perfect kind of guy at the end of a contract, only because would you bring him back? And I went and looked and started looking at different comments from people and whether or not, and as compared to what people thought of Hooper, they would actually, the comments that I saw about Maloney, they actually take him back before Hooper any day of the week, which I thought was kind of interesting. So
he fits in our team a lot better. But Maloney was always one who took pelters off the Celtic support for quite a lot of reasons. You got these guys being like, oh, he's a one-trick pony, oh, he's this and that. Where I feel he kind of got pelters for no reasons half the time.
Well, it's okay. If you say one-trick pony, and I know exactly what you mean, because and he can get on the left-hand side. But in this game, that's all he's got to do in this setup. So he could just do that over and over and over.
Exactly. It's alright being a one-trick pony if that trick works. What I mean?
Exactly.
At the moment, we've got Tonev and Newcastle who are no-trick ponies because they're
they're not turning trick.
We've got Bo Richter who's sitting there. He's a no-leg pony. He's fucking shit. He just can't even stay fit for 2 games, let alone play football. So I'd take Maloney in a heartbeat. And people are like, one of the things that people mentioned was, oh, you'd want too much money. Gotta say that's pish. American sports have a good terminology for contracts, because obviously the contracts in America are a lot more complicated than they are here. No trade agreements and all that sort of thing. Great American term, hometown discount.
Yeah.
Hometown discount. A player who takes less money to be around his family and all that. I think there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So would he come back third time? that's questionable. I don't know, but no, I think he's someone we should pursue. To be quite honest with you, so
Yeah, it's not like you're going out and getting Darren O'Day, who had nothing going on, who I saw finally got a contract. But you know,
who did they go with?
somewhere in the championship, he got something in the championship, which I don't know if he'll play or not. They just, I guess, for cover.
Fair enough.
I think that's what I saw. And I mean, he has no business being in the championship, as far as I'm concerned. Maloney. I mean, for as well as he's played when he was with Wigan, and remember he scored that winner against Manchester United. It was
Peach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy's got serious talent, and he's international. He doesn't deserve to be there. He's just there, and that's probably the reason why he's not signing any extensions or anything else. He just wants to get the hell out.
Yeah.
So would he take the hometown discount?
Also,
yeah.
Guess who just came in at Wigan? Malky Mackay.
Malky.
That's just such a can of worms. How bad a vibe is that to be at Wigan right now? You must want out of there.
Yeah, exactly. That's not. Yeah, we talked about that too. That I don't want to be there. But anyway, so
Commons. How about Commons out? Maloney in.
Yeah, and you know what? I was watching some of the Bolton game the other day, and they drew again, I guess, to Ipswich. And you can see in Lenny's teams, he's missing Chris. He's missing that attacking midfielder who can also score goals and get in behind a striker.
I did hear
they're missing that. So they'll be good there.
They're in so much debt they can't afford to get anyone. They're like 130 million in debt or something. So maybe you can free up some wages and bring in Chris. But yeah, no, I think that'd be a good move for us anyway. But well, shall we? I don't know. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Should we do our bottom 5 and top 5 of the week?
Sure.
Hey, what's your bottom 5 then?
My bottom 5. The first, my bottom 5 was A, Denny getting hurt. That's one, or number 5. Number 4 would be the FA. Just for me, I just don't see it. 3 would be the effort on defense for Van Dijk. 2, out of all of them, would be the grief that people are giving Dyla again after losing in Zagreb. How we don't have it. It just boggles the mind. And then the absolute bottom of all of that was exactly giving up to me just the finishing of what happened against Motherwell. Just to me, that was just woeful, and that was bottom. I mean, I could flip-flop 1 and 2 for me. You could say the finishing at Motherwell was number 2, and then the worst was how fans are just like, oh, we suck against Zagreb, and we're not going to do anything, and we suck, and we're this, and we can't do this, and we haven't. Excuse me, let's get this straight. We're not playing with Forest. We're not playing with Stokes. We're not playing with Brown. What do you don't have to get Daddy who's going to be coming around. It's not even the same team. Shut up. Relax. Take a fucking Xanax. Chill. Oh, anyway, that to me was what actually should have been my top worst.
Yeah, I've probably nailed all my bottom ones anyway at the moment. Bottom would be number 5, Matthews, just not playing great. Number 4, defence in general, like we were saying, I think it's just too relaxed. Number 3 would be Guidetti and Forrest both going off today. Fingers crossed they're alright. Number 2 would be losing away and home. Okay, it's a shadow squad, so it doesn't really matter, but to be honest with you, it's kind of like, I'm stuck for thinking of things that were going wrong at Celtic at the minute. Everything seems quite good. Probably the number 1 thing would be no news regards Guidetti signing, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. You might be waiting. So yeah, I think everything's going alright at the minute, to be quite fair.
Yeah, I mean, if those are the worst things, I mean, people just need some perspective. I was getting, Facebook messages about, people worried about the way the team's going, and I'm like, come on.
No, I had
relax.
I was talking to Jason Higgins on Facebook the other day from the Homeboys, and we're talking about the young lad from Norwegian boy that we're thinking of signing.
Odegaard.
Yeah, because I thought he was 15. He's not, and I was making the point. It might not be great to sign a 15-year-old because that's potentially the wrong age range for us. My logic to it was, we normally only keep players for about 4 years, right, max. So if we keep the guy for 4 years, he might not be developed totally into the complete player by that point, or might not make the impact we really